We fight to survive. This is a story that needs to be heard. We, the people, need to listen. Think about it, and then listen again. I'll do an intro later on and tell people what's going on.
Okay.
So, do you want to tell me about the patches?
Just about our flag.
Okay. So,
this is our regular flag. We were in flags like this on uniform.
Okay.
And this one is our battle flag.
Just your battle flag.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's red and black?
And it's red and black because red, it's blood of Ukrainian warriors.
Okay.
On Ukrainian dirt.
And returning dirt.
Yeah.
So the red stands for the Ukrainian blood.
Yeah.
And the black stands for the dirt.
Yeah. Because Ukrainians, a lot of years fighting for freedom. Because we don't want to be a Soviet, we don't want to be Russian, we want to be Ukrainian, we want to be free and independent country, you know.
Right. How long has Ukraine been fighting?
Oh, it's very long story, but in nowadays history it's 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, more than 8 years. From 2014, when Russia actually invaded us in Luhansk and
2014 when they invaded.
That was hybrid war, you know. They use it in propaganda, and I don't know how it will be in English. Naimansi. It's like not regular army, you know.
Okay.
But it was Russians, and they always tell that it's Ukrainian separatists, but it's not 100% truth.
Okay, so like false propaganda.
Russia very strong in propaganda, you know.
Okay. And can I ask approximately how old you are?
I'm 28.
28? Okay.
28.
And can I ask how long you have been fighting? Or is that something you want to keep?
From 2016.
2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a little pause.
Okay. Is there something particular that started, or is it just the times?
Maybe I'm just grow up, you know.
Mm-hmm. I can understand. So, do you have any specific stories that you want to tell us, or?
I have a lot of, but I can't talk about everything.
Right.
You know? And
the ones you can talk about.
Yeah, I am ex-Marine.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends now in war prisoners.
The prisoners of war?
Prisoners of war.
Okay. I assume in Russia.
They were defending Mariupol, Azovstal.
Mariupol.
Yeah. And I want my country and my government don't forget about him. I am sure that they don't forget about him, but Russia don't want to change
Right.
people. Russia don't want to change people. They are doing it too slow, you know.
So the people of Russia don't want to change things.
No,
They just want to.
I mean, Russia government don't want
government.
to make changes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, war prisoners, their war prisoners for our war prisoners.
They don't want to change the prisoners for prisoners. Yeah. Interesting.
And
so,
one of my very close friends, that's my BFF, you know.
Uh-huh. Your best friend?
Yeah. He's somewhere.
And you don't know where he's at?
I'm even not sure that he's alive. So.
How long has he been gone?
Maybe 7 months.
7 months. Are you able to
tell what led up to it or where he was, or maybe better not?
Better not.
Yeah, I understand completely. Have to keep everybody safe.
Better not.
Interesting. So he was your best friend for how many years? Do you?
From our childhood, you know.
Childhood.
Yeah.
That's gotta be rough.
Hard to talk about it.
I understand. I understand. So, so when all this started here, of course, we see things on the news here, and we see things on the left side of the media and the right side of the media. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you don't know what's true and what's not true. My personal belief, my personal assumption is most of what we see is whatever they want us to see. So there's got to be much more happening in the background. This is my personal belief, without me being there. I've watched YouTube reports and people who are on the ground in both countries. So I have to kind of read between the line, and especially with one particular person that I watch that's in Russia. On camera, he seems like a nice person. Of course, that's on camera. I have no idea what he's really like. In one of the last videos I saw, it seemed like he just in his eyes, it just seemed like he was saying what he had to say, but at the same time, he was saying, in his eyes were saying he wants peace, but he knows that his government won't do it. That's what I was reading in his eyes, and so forth. In Ukraine, I assume you want peace. I assume you want to be left alone. Is that by Russia especially?
We will fight for freedom.
Fight for freedom.
We will fight for freedom. We are tired from war, but we will fight for freedom. This is the last drop of blood.
The other thing is, when it first started here, we heard that it was going to be 30 days, 45 days, and that Ukraine wouldn't make it. That's pretty much what we were hearing. And I lost track of how many months. It's been like 8-9 months. Is that about right? Since the major...
I can tell in days, I need to... We get interesting application on our phones. It's called Trevoga. Trevoga. Like it's alert,
Alert.
Yeah, and we always know when our city will be bombed.
Oh.
And
so you have an advance notice of when your city is going to be.
Yeah.
So it's an advanced warning
every
system.
Ukrainian know that now he can be bombed.
Right.
In a few minutes.
Right.
And in those application, I can see how many days this war is going on. It's 2039 days.
2,039 days.
Yeah.
And we've only been kind of paying attention less than a year. I mean, here in the United States, and we've seen it, but we haven't been paying attention as much until recently. It's a long time. So what do you think it is? Because Russia's big. I mean, Ukraine is, my understanding is Ukraine is about, land-wise, about the size of Texas. And Russia, I'm guessing it's about the size of the United States. I don't know exactly, but I'm guessing. So what is it that you think keeps Russia from succeeding?
Looks like I didn't understand last.
What is it that you think? What do you think keeps Ukraine strong and keeps Russia from succeeding in their invasion?
They're killing our kids, They're killing our kids. They're killing our women's. They're destroying our city. We will stay to the last drop of blood.
They're actually killing the
protect
kids.
Our territory. More than I can't tell. I don't know. I can tell a number, how many, but it's maybe 1,000. I don't know. A lot of. They like to bombing. I don't know how it will be in English. Just regular people, civilian.
See, I don't hear those numbers. I've imagined just from seeing the devastation of cities and towns and entire towns gone, entire buildings, and in my mind, I want to think that everybody left and then the bombs happened, but
No.
I realistically, and maybe it's just my protected
They started to
self.
bomb my country. This was a surprise for civilian people,
Right. I remember a lot of people just said they're not gonna invade, they're not gonna do it, and then it was like they were looking for it. To us, it seemed like they were looking for any reason to go in and any excuse, and then they finally found an excuse, and then they went. It's sad. It's sad. So, and when you talk to people here, when I talk to people that you ask, what do you plan to do in 3 years? What do you plan to do in 5 years? Are you even thinking that far ahead? You're just thinking one day to the next.
When I'm in the trenches, I think just about right now, right here, and right now, When you hear explosions, when you hear how rockets flies above you,
You're just thinking at the moment.
right here, right now.
Right.
I didn't know what will be tomorrow. My daughter is in Ukraine,
I was going to ask you if you have children. So you have a daughter? And do you know if she's safe?
Yeah. No.
I guess it's a relative situation, but I mean,
She's on 50-50 safety territory,
so for the moment she is, but anything could change. Do you feel safe in the United States? Do you feel safe here?
Yeah.
So,
But you know what? I don't know how it will be in English, but I thought it's PTSR.
it's what?
PTSR.
PTSD?
Post-traumatic syndrome.
Oh, okay,
Or
PTSD.
something like this.
Uh-huh.
Here, a lot of planes, and first maybe 3 days, I was really scared when I heard plane.
Okay. So especially here in this
Yeah,
area, there's
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
So you would imagine, but now you're more okay with it.
Just a little. And,
So I'm guessing in
yes.
Ukraine, when you hear planes, it's not private planes flying over. It's not. It's military planes. So you're
Yeah.
more concerned.
Yeah.
See, my father was Air Force, so I'm used to the military planes, but I'm not used to being afraid from the military planes. So I wasn't in the service. I know I have friends that were, and they could probably relate to what you're saying. I have friends that came back from other countries fighting, and they weren't the same, even coming back. So now you feel a little more relaxed and so forth
Okay.
here.
But night is still.
Is it too quiet?
At nights, it's when I heard plane, when I'm sleeping,
Uh-huh.
I can. Well, scared,
Right.
I can. Problem is that I can't explain it in English good enough. I need to excuse for my English because I'm not native speaker. I am not local.
You're
so
doing well. You're doing very well. Very well. So I assume that you're ready to get you. I assume that you would like to stay in safety, but
No,
you want to go back.
I need to go back.
Right, you need to go back. You have a need to go. It's the same as if my family was in danger, I would have a need to go protect them. So I assume I assume that you're here, but at the same time your heart is over there and you're ready to go back once you take care of what you need to take care of.
I'm trying to relax, but
I understand. I can't. I don't exactly have an experience to relate, but I can understand.
I hope that your country never see war in future. I hope that it
We
will
do
be
too.
peace here and everywhere, you know.
A lot of us here are concerned about that as well, because we see the way that our government's going and things. So like I told you, I believe in every person, not just every man, but every human has a right to protect themselves. And so a lot of us prepare for what we would call an SHTF, a shit hit the fan situation. And I tell people, and I think about it, here in my country, we're preparing for a shit hit the fan situation. You in your country, you're in the shit hit the fan moment. You're in that moment where you have to protect yourself, and not just from not from your own government, but from another government. So I hope I never have to see it as well. I'm too old to fight, as I'm too out of shape. I'm not too old. I'm too out of shape to fight.
No.
So I hope. Thank you. I hope if the need ever arrived, I hope I'd be able to. I know I can tell you when I was younger, I would chase after. I would be the protector when I was younger. Now I'm older and I think about my kids, and I don't do that as quickly in my situation. I don't even know that I want to completely thought process what I would do in your situation. That's it. It frightens me, the idea of war. Do you feel like we're in a World War III?
I won't comment.
Okay.
Now.
Okay, that's probably a good answer. There's a lot of people. I hear a lot of people saying we are actually in a World War III, and people don't realize it. And when you think about it, all the countries involved, and you think of history, how the First World War and the Second World War happened. That's a lot of how it happened. It's very much like history repeating itself, and from what we see, and so forth. Tell me about yourself as a child.
Yes.
As a kid, as a child, what did you do as a child?
Just chilling, you know.
Just normal stuff, chilling.
Yeah.
Like, how long were you able? Until what age were you able to be a child? I mean, did you just? I mean, you're young compared to me right now.
I'm not living at home from 17, so I think 17.
So, when you're 15,
But
16...
I was childish, maybe to 21.
Okay. Just like here, except things changed a little bit more for you.
At 21, I go for hybrid war with Russia. So
Okay.
I thought that it's my first adult. I don't know how it will be in English. My first adult
Experience? Decision?
experience or decision. Yeah, my first adult.
That's a big decision. Most people 21-year-old here can't decide what they want for breakfast.
That's very good. You should be a kid as long as you can.
That's so. At what age are they starting to having to fight in Ukraine?
I don't know now, but early it was 20. we starting to survey at 18, but not participate in war at 18. If you are younger than 20, you can survey in army, but you can't.
So you're helping, but not fighting.
Yeah.
What is your weapon of choice? Your gun of choice. Can you tell me that or no?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Do you have an?
But I love AK.
Have you heard of Brandon Herrera? He's a YouTuber. He does AK stuff. The AK guy.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
He would like to know that you'd.
I love Demolition Rancher. You know.
Demolition. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt.
Yes. He also has another YouTube channel where Off the Ranch, where he starts doing things. But yeah, he has some pretty interesting things out there as well. I definitely watched him a lot before I started. My YouTube stuff, I just kind of fell into it. I wanted to start talking to people. I wanted to talk about politics with people about a year and a half ago. Because I thought, where are all these people who think differently than me? And I don't find a lot of them out there, actually. I find most people want to be able to protect yourself. I find that most people they just want to be left alone. They don't want the government to tell them what you have to do. And they want to be able to live their lives. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what they want. And it just a lot of things have changed in the last few years. I mean, obviously after the elections, and Biden came in. I won't ask you your political opinions because I don't think you want to talk about those. I'll tell you mine. But so yeah. My personal opinion is Putin wouldn't have gone in if Trump was still in office. That's just my personal opinion. So you don't have to tell me yours, but that's just my personal opinion. And my personal opinion is if we have the day, I should say when we have the day, I'm curious to see how Putin handles it. Almost afraid to see how Putin handles it, because I think I'm concerned that if Putin were to get backed into a corner, that he would go nuclear. I don't know. That's just my concern from the things that I see. But let's go on to something else, because that's going a little bit too deep there. So a lot of people here, we have mixed feelings about us sending money and equipment over to Ukraine. I suspect that without it, Ukraine wouldn't have lasted as long. I don't know, but I assume you're. You probably can't talk about that, but I would assume that you would obviously be thankful for or prefer to have.
Last, what I want to say, it's I don't need a taxi. I need a gun.
Yes. So have we been sending taxis? I don't know what we've been sending.
No, it's my president says one day when someone I even don't remember who tell him that he need to evacuate from Ukraine. He says, I don't need a taxi. I need a guns.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Tough. That's for me.
Okay. That's all?
No, I mean that's tough.
That's tough. Okay, I thought you said stop. I'm gonna stop and then start again because my camera's telling me I have to start and stop again. So I'm gonna stop.
Okay. I think it's enough.
Okay.